During the merry month of May, there were multiple special meetings, one of which was called to undo what had just been done the night before. Greetings, everyone. This is the Gardening Snail of Livingston, California, just trying to keep the community informed and local government as honest as possible. Editorial content is my own as a resident of Livingston and does not represent the views and opinions of the City Council or the City of Livingston itself, and it does not represent any kind of legal advice. In this video, we will look at what we were billed in May for general legal and do a short comparison to what was going on at City Council at the time. We're doing this separately from the rest of the invoice so we can focus on the number of special meetings held, the topics discussed, and the number of lawyers involved, which only added to the number of hours we were eventually billed. We'll start out with a reminder that the regular meeting of May 3rd was canceled. Given the vagueness of some of the billing entries involved, I am making my best guess as to which entries match up to which council meeting. Reasonable minds can differ on whether I got it right or not. The bottom line is still the bottom line, even if the subtotals on some of the topics might be a bit off here and there. The bottom line for general legal is that we were billed a grand total of 77.2 hours and $15,440 for work done by 7 different members of Brenner LLP. Here we can see who all had a hand in racking up the billable hours for May, sorted by greatest to least. You will notice that a paralegal is in the top 3 and that we are billed the same amount for a paralegal as we are for an attorney. Getting into the detail, here we see a few references to the May 12th City Council agenda. On that agenda for that night included things like vacancy in Parks and Recs, the fireworks ordinance, and we were billed 8.7 hours for both the city attorney and the managing partner of the firm to show up to the special meeting on the 12th. The open session was barely an hour long. Even if you figure an hour and a half for the closed session, that's still a lot left over for travel. We paid a total of $2,060 for the privilege of having multiple lawyers at this meeting. The next regular meeting was on May 17th. On the agenda was potential litigation, employee negotiations, fireworks, and the Rec Commission. Contract extension with the Sheriff's Department was done on the 19th and had to be undone on the 20th. Total sunk into this meeting, $1,280. The topic for the 20th was the contract extension with the Sheriff's Department to undo what was done the day before and to ratify the city manager's very short-term extension through the end of September. The total we ended up paying for this meeting was $1,520. We paid $1,520 for research regarding AB 251 requirements, which has to do with local campaign filings and that all campaign reports and statements are filed in paper format. Why this took nearly 8 hours is beyond me. I really can't be sure which revisions to the municipal code these charges were all about, but it cost us $2,200. Here we have $20 to draft correspondence about requirements to post campaign disclosure statements, $120 for conferring with the city, and $240 having to do with conflict of interest issues. Between May 18th and the 24th, there were 10.3 hours spent analyzing a draft elections calendar. Total cost to the taxpayers, $2,140. Even though the regular meeting for the 3rd was canceled, there were still office hours we ended up getting billed for, and the total cost of office hours for the merry month of May, $1,200. Also in May, we had some fiddling with and drafting of an ordinance regarding the appointment of a public safety officer, which also happens to be the police chief. Now, our municipal code already has a section about how that's to be gone about. So why are we spending $780 on something that's already in our municipal code? I just happen to wonder. A little here, a little there, SB2 grant, towing agreements, and vendor's insurance. I'm not quite sure which meeting these entries are about on the 26th, the 25th, and the 23rd, because the next regular meeting would be June 7th, and the last special meeting in May was held on May 20th. So what meetings these charges are about, I have no clue. The total for all the conferring and corresponding was $300, and so I kind of wondering, was there a bunch of conferring about a meeting that never took place? I can't really say for sure. It's just a guess. I'm going to wrap this up by pointing out that most of the 77.2 hours we were billed for general legal were not by the attorney assigned to Livingston as city attorney, but by other members of the firm. If you like what I do here, please follow me on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel.